Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, William Ruto's administration went into an oil deal with a company in Saudi Arabia. And it has been there for quite a long time. And this was the game changer, according to Ruto, on our economy and to Kenyan shillings against the dollar. So when the deal flopped, because then there was no way a shilling was gaining value. Instead, it was deteriorating on every day. As, in fact, if they continue with this, you give them up to the middle of this year, maybe a dollar will be trading at 200 Kenyan shillings. So with all this, the Treasury finally came out to really accept that the deal flopped and they have to end it. Now, with all this, the other information emerged again that in the late last year, we had a CS in William Ruto's administration who gave his resignation to William Samoei Ruto because he was not comfortable working under Ruto due to the manner in which Ruto's administration was operating. So with all this now, it is even exposing Ruto's administration that people are running away from you. You appoint someone to power in a ministry, but then because of how the country is being run and how it's being treated, he feels that I'd rather be out and not take responsibility under this regime. There are reasons why. And of course, most of you can guess which cabinet secretary can be that. And we want to look deeper into the reasons why the CS wanted to resign. Is it because he got another opportunity, or because the government is failing, or because he's being sidelined? So many questions Kenyans are raising on the same. Above all, again, reasons why Ruto did not allow his resignation, because he resigned, but after the letter reached out to Ruto, he refused to allow him to go. Before we go deep into that, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel, Samasha, thank you so much. And to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, because the information is originating from the Ministry of Finance, definitely that is Njuguna Ndung'u. Njuguna Ndung'u is the man who resigned. Though in the news he has come out to deny that he never resigned, that this is just information, is rumors that he never resigned. Of course, anyone will do like that. But the fact remains that he resigned, but Ruto refused his resignation. Now, the reason behind this was that when Ruto's administration was making serious decision on matters touching on economy and finance, the CS for finance was not involved. CS for treasury wasn't nowhere. But they just come out and bring a document for him to sign. So he realized that his only duty is to rubber stamp on issues that he has no any say, issues that he has never been involved in decision making. So that to him, it looked dangerous. So the only thing to do is to say no and get out of this administration. Now, when you look at that, then you ask yourself a question. Who is the principal secretary for the National Treasury? Is he a Kikuyu, a Kalenjin, ama anatoka wapi? Then you get the answer from there. Because we know in every ministry, the engine of the ministry is the principal secretary. Ruto appointed Chris Kipto as the Principal Secretary for National Treasury. So that alone tells you that the person who has been making a decision on the ground there, it is the Principal Secretary, Ruto's right-hand person in that ministry. So Njuguna Ndung'u was put there for publicity and, for show up. But the man who is doing the work on ground and making the final decision and advising William Ruto is Chris Kipto. Huyo ndio mtu wake. Wao wengine is for formalities and show that indeed his government is not a Kalenjin or such thing like. But it has the face of Kenya. So you put someone here, but you have the person working for you, not necessarily that person that you are appointed that position. A junior officer down there is the person doing the work. That is what is happening to Njuguna Ndung'u. Second, that his work, just to wait for Chris Kipto to process papers, come up with the policies, and his work will just be rubber stamping. It's the same thing they subjected Mithika Linturi too. He is CS for agriculture. But you find people have been appointed to position without his information. They just bring paper and ask him to sign on that. In that way, it means you have no power, no control, or no say in the ministry you are running. That is the same thing Njuguna Ndung'u is being subjected to. Naambia hapana. Wewe uko tu hapa kazi yako ni kusaini. So it means even when they were going into the oil deal in Saudi Arabia, they never involved him in that matter. He was sidelined. A decision was just made, and for him it was just to come and sign on that. Ikifika hapo anasema, no, I will not be part of this. Because now the mess is coming out. It's like even he predicted that there will be a mess. And that's why he was trying to get out of that administration. And you know what? When the letter reached out to Ruto, he refused. Ruto can't allow you to resign from his administration. He's another Moi. That's the fact. The living and breathing Moi of our times. Ruto. He can't allow you to resign so that you embarrass him. You make him look bad. He is the one to fire you, but not you to resign. He has to fire you and have the last word on you. So Njuguna Ndung'u cannot be allowed to go. Akue hapo, angoje, apigwe kalamu na Ruto mwenyewe. He can't allow to be embarrassed. So Njuguna Ndung'u has been forced to be in that office until when maybe they will find a scandal, then he will be fired. Or a mistake will come out, a blame will be put on him, and Ruto will fire him. That's how it will be. So it's just there because Ruto has not allowed him to go. But if you look at him, you ask him, he will tell you he's not comfortable under this administration. Now you are the president. You appoint people to power. Where everyone, when you get to power, people are looking for job and appointments. But now you appoint someone, and it reached a time, this person does not want to work with you. It tells you that you are failing as a president. When people are not comfortable to work under you, then you are a failure. You are wrong. You are messing. You are creating problems. That is what Ruto is doing. So you find that through junior officers, he's being misled. He ends up creating problem, injury, accident, mistake everywhere. So people find that it is better you get out rather than carry responsibility on matters that you are not involved in. Njuguna Ndung'u is not the only one. Mithika Linturi at one point, there was other people there. So, if Ruto can allow people to resign, you can see massive resignation from this administration. The only people who will remain here are a few politicians who don't care. But the manner in which he's governing this country, it does not inspire anyone to work under him. it literally discourages everyone, because you end up being part of the problem in this country, but not the problem solver. That is the first Njuguna Ndung'u is carrying today, because if you talk about the failure of this country, unaona Ruto mwenyewe is a failure. How economic advisors akina David D, they have to take responsibility. Now Njuguna Ndung'u as the CS for finance, he will carry responsibility on matters where he was not involved. So I feel that I better get out. So it's just because Ruto has not allowed people to go. But if you try, there will be massive resignation from PSS to CSS. Atabaki akiwa peke yake. Na wale wachache ambao wako na mawazo kama yake tu ya kunyanyasa Wakenya.